And hello and welcome back to Thoughtfulness Tuesday with Johnny Tiger and
Kitten.
Gideon. Actually, there's two of them here. You guys can't see it, but there's a mommy kitten and there's Aslan. Each one of them taking up a dining chair, so I have nowhere to sit. Anyway, um, but you guys get to see out the window because it's another episode of just me talking and you guys listening. Some people may say, what happened to Tactical Tuesday? It's coming back uh, sometime. But yesterday, during Mindfulness Monday, I left you guys on a bit of a cliffhanger because the video was already over 30 minutes long. And if I wanted to go into the empathic communication skill, it's going to be like an hour long video. And for those of you that have phones that have large capacity, that's not much of an issue. But my phone is like 64 GB, and right now it's already sitting at 48 gigabytes, so it doesn't really have a heck of a lot of room. Uh, and when I make really long videos, it's really hard to upload them. Things start to glitch and stuff like that. So I decided to do the empathic communication skill on its own today. So, to quickly recap, yesterday we talked about the art of communication, the four essential elements to be an effective communicator. We talked about even if you do all these things, even if you are perfect at communicating, there's going to be time when it fails, because it's not always up to you. It's depending on who you're communicating with. Um, if the person you're communicating with is not in the mood to communicate with you, uh, or is mentally not there, then you're just not going to. It's not going to succeed. In the four essential elements, we talked about the first element is to always start from a place of balance. You don't want to be high and mighty, but you also don't want to be too low and humble either. You want to be in equal footing. That's the best way, especially in any kind of negotiation, any kind of teaching kind of a situation. Uh, if you are too high and mighty, people won't listen to you. If you are too low and humble and people think that you're inferior, they won't listen to you either. So start from a place of balance when you communicate. Second, put your emotions away when you're communicating. This is very contradictory to what a lot of people believe. People think you got to be genuine and laugh when you should laugh, cry when you should cry. But if you want serious communication, like you actually want to solve problem, all that emotion is going to fudge it up. You'll end up going to try to pat each other on the back or walk away from each other because you're scared of each other being angry, or you want to give each other time to stop crying, or you want to tell them more jokes so they can laugh more. It all that get in the way of a valid communication. So uh, this is why, even in couples therapy, we always say when you are mad at each other, this is not the time to communicate. This is not the time to have that talk. It is when you actually get over being mad, and next day you're sitting down having a nice meal, and both of you are in a very balanced state mentally. That's when you solve that problem. When you say, hey, I think we need to talk about what happened yesterday, because I feel that blah 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 blah. Uh, that is the time for you to communicate. So put emotions away when you are trying to have effective communication. Number three, stick to your principles. Now, this is not telling you to be stubborn and never give an inch, but You want to be able to compromise on the small things, such as where to go for dinner, such as who should do the dishes. But there are things that are very core to your personality, things that are core to who you are, that you should never compromise. Okay, you don't need to do it in a rah rah, don't talk to me about this, I'll rip your head off kind of way. But it's okay to have a nice, quiet but firm. No, we are not going to talk about this because I am never going to change this. There's no point for us to talk about this. Okay, so it's okay. When you compromise too much, sometimes people try to be people pleaser and they try to compromise something that is very dear to them. Well, yeah, you made the other person happy for now, but you yourself become resentful, and then 10 years down the road, you get angry, you get bitter about it. So you're not solving any problem. You're just putting it off to becoming a bigger problem down the road when you compromise your principles. Okay, so always remember, compromise the small things, but when things that are really matter to you, I don't care if it's global warming or vegetarianism or martial art, like you know, things like that. You just don't compromise. Okay, don't do it because you think that will help you communicate better. It won't. Uh, Number four, and that is the one that we left to talk about today, because number four is actually more. There's more nuances to it. Number four is empathic communication. I'm not talking about empathic listening. That's a completely different conversational skill. Empathic communication is when you know how to read the situation. When before you open your mouth, read the situation and try to figure out what is it that the other person need from me right now. What is it that this situation really needs right now? And you figure out what you're going to say before you say it based on the situation you're in. Okay, feel what the other people are feeling, feel what the other person's feeling, and go from there. Say what you think will help them rather than what you think you want to say. Uh, this is a little bit contradictory to sticking to your principle, but there is a happy balance in there. Okay, uh, you can totally say the right thing without compromising your principle. So, for example, if the other person is worried about them being fat, okay, let's say if I have a friend who the uh, who is like you know whinging out about his body weight and stuff like that, right? And me being a martial art instructor, obviously, my principle is yes, you probably are a little bit fat. Uh, it's not good for you. You probably can eat a bit less. Why don't you stop drinking sugary drink? That's my principle. Okay, but is this the right time to say it? No. But I'm not going to compromise my principle and say, it's okay, George, it's okay, you're not fat. You're not fat, you're just big boned. No, that's okay, that's BS. You don't want to BS them either. So in this case, what is probably the right thing to say is, hey, George, you know that there are a lot of other things in life that you can worry about, and you are happy, right? Like if you're happy being fat, like so what? You're 40 pounds overweight, right? Is it unhealthy? Yes, it's unhealthy. But George, there are a lot of healthy people who also get run over by cars in the street. And the graveyard is full of people that were really fit until they died. Okay, so just because you're fat doesn't mean that you're not eligible for happiness. That it's okay. Like if you want to lose weight, I am the person to help you every step of the way. Okay, just talk to me. If you want to work out, you want to run, you want to go for a swim, I will go with you. I won't charge you a dime because we are good buddies, right? But it's okay. If you feel that this is okay, then the hell with what other people say. Just do you. I'm not telling him that it's okay to be fat. Okay, not telling him that it's not unhealthy. I have not compromised any of my principle in this speech to George. I tell him that it's not the end of the world, and yet in fact there are a lot of people who manage to live to a ripe old age, being overweight. There are a lot of overweight people who managed to be very healthy. Just look at me. I got sporting a dad bod here, and I'm still one of the healthiest people I know. I am telling George that you don't need to feel bad about it. You don't need to uh, whinge out about it. You don't need to be depressed about it. If you want to fix the problem, I am your solution. I am right here. I can help you. If you don't want to fix the problem, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you either. Okay? Keep eating that KFC. Keep eating that Pizza Hut. As long as you're happy, fine. So this is one not really good example, but this is one off the top of my head example of empathic communication. What is it that the person needs from you right now? Now, before I go into this, I'll give you guys a classic example of messing up an empathic communication. Okay? And I'm giving you that example because Kitten is here. She's my witness. Do you remember in the beginning of our relationship, there was one time when you were talking to me about something about you gained a couple of pounds that month, and then I started in on, well, if you want to lose this much, if you want to lose the weight, then you need to do this, and that. I went to the personal trainer mode, and you got mad at me. Yeah. Yeah. and And that was a very classic case of me not understanding what the other person was looking for at the time. Now, because afterward, I said, "Why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything wrong. You said you gained 5 pounds. Okay, if you want to lose the 5 pounds, this is what you need to do." And what Kitten said kind of like made the light bulb went on in my head. And because she said, I told you that because I was hoping that you'd be a good boyfriend and comfort me. I didn't need you to be a trainer at that moment. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, what the hell's wrong with me? Whoopsie. I forgot. Yeah. Like here I am giving people advice about valid communication skill, and like in my head, I just automatically jump to, oh, she's telling me this, so she wants to solve the problem. I wasn't thinking about, is she telling me this because she wants to hear me say something nice or stuff like that. So now now I'm very good. Now if Kirsten tell me she gained 5 pounds, I'm like, really? I don't know where I don't even notice it. You sure? Maybe the scale was wrong. Yeah, the scale was wrong. And like, no. Yeah, so yeah, like sometimes before you open your mouth, it's important to just figure out what the other person. Yeah, what is it? What is expected of you? So to break it down, okay, empathic communication is very, very uh, complicated sometimes because everyone's a little bit different. And if you don't know the person, sometimes you don't know how to read them. But here's four little situations to get you started. There's a lot more, but here are the four little situations to get you started. Okay, follow these rules and you will be pretty good at empathic communication. Number one, when people are awkward, say something to break the tension. Okay, example: blind guy in the kitchen drop a plate on the floor. You hear the crash, and the blind guy is swearing up a storm. What do you do? A. You come in. Oh shit, Johnny, did you just drop that plate? Oh fuck, you're. Don't move, don't move. There's goddamn glass everywhere. Why are you so careless? Do you drop plates that very often? Or B. You're coming to the kitchen. Oh no, oh shit, you know what? Like this happened to me all the goddamn time. When I'm at home, I'm so freaking clumsy myself. Like I do that all the time. You need any help? You need help, or you want me to just stay out of your way? I think anyone with a brain would know which one to pick, right? B, right? Because if you do A, Johnny, who just dropped the plate and is really pissed at himself right now, really doesn't need you to fly off the handle and ask him a bunch of questions and put him down and shame him for dropping that plate. But as simple as this is, a lot of people do it. You know, like I can do. Let's ask Kitten. How many times have you dropped a spill a drink or dropped something, and then your family member go, "Oh crap, crap! It's everywhere! It's everywhere!" Oh, what a mess! What a mess! Don't move! Don't move! Why did you do that? It was right there, right? Many times, right? Yeah. Many. People do that stupid thing, and just may end up making you feel even more awkward, right? We already feel awkward. We don't need you to make us feel more awkward. So when people are feeling awkward, stay your mouth for a second. Figure out what is it that I need to say right now to make it better and not worse. Okay? And usually the best thing to say is redirect the tension away from the person who's feeling awkward. Right? Um, I done it a lot of time. I'm actually very good at breaking up awkward tensions because I watch my friends fight a lot. Usually it's very really awkward. So usually when my friends are fighting, I can say something to like totally change the mood, and break that up, in a very uh, natural, flowing kind of way. Right? Uh, so when people are awkward, say things, communicate in a way that's going to break up the tension. Don't add to the tension. Right? And this apply to anything from your friends are fighting, your friends are cussing out their kids, your friends' kids are arguing with them, or your friends are arguing with their family members, etc., etc. Any kind of awkward situation, say the right thing to break up the tension. Take the attention away from the person who, or the people who is feeling awkward. Okay? Uh, I'll give you guys a very good example that I saw quite a while ago. There was this actor and actress, so the two of them, getting interviewed, and the actress, when the reporter asked her, "So what do you think of the role you're playing in this movie? Like playing you're the partner of this guy, this actor. Uh, how is it being his partner in this movie?" And the actress, she her intention was good. She was trying to be a bit self-deprecating, and she said, "Oh, you know, I feel I feel so ugly. What she actually meant was that she was trying to say, well, this guy's so good looking, I feel ugly next to him. But she said, I feel ugly. And there was this like very awkward silence because some people are thinking, are you saying that you feel ugly because this guy, you don't like this guy and you don't like him, you don't like being his partner and he make you feel ugly or what's going on? Like no one knew how to read what she said. Immediately, without missing a beat, the guy jumped in and he said, well, I don't look at it that way. I feel that when you are my partner, when we are in this movie together, I feel like I am so much more handsome than I usually am because I'm with such a beautiful girl. And that just like you can feel the tension just drain out of the room.
That was a nice save.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Very nice save. Huh?
Yeah.
I hope that she buy him dinner afterward.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of nice save we're looking for in someone who is very good at communication. The person that read a bit of problem, a bit of glitchy situation here. Let's jump in there and say the right thing to save face. That's number one. Okay. Number two, when someone is feeling down or depressed, say what need to be said to take them out of that. Now this one is very hard, okay, because everyone is different. Sometimes you think you're saying the right thing, and end up just making the person feel worse. Okay. Um, I did a blog post about this, but I'm going to mention this. Uh, I gained a little bit of weight last year, right? And because of the art career and sitting at the, why are you laughing? She's laughing. She's laughing. Okay, I'll tell you why she's laughing. Because when during the year when everyone tell me you look like you're gaining a bit of weight, I just like fuck off. Like I'm not. I'm as fit as ever. And then Christmas, I went to visit Kitten, and we were getting ready to go out, and I was like taking forever in the bedroom. Why was I taking forever in the bedroom? Because that pair of jeans that fit me for the last 20 years wasn't goddamn going to fit. I even lay down on the freaking floor, and the like button, the snap button just wouldn't close. And I was like, okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, need to get back on the treadmill and start losing some weight. This is crap. And the jeans must have shrunk. That's why she's laughing. Um, so when I came home and started getting back into working out and running on the treadmill, I was feeling really bad about myself because 2 years ago I could clock in a 10-kilometer run on the treadmill under an hour and no break, no stop on the steepest incline. Like I was a beast on that treadmill. This February, this March, when I started again, I could barely do 2 kilometers. I was so out of shape that 2 kilometers I was gassed me out and sweat was pouring off of me and I was like, oh wow, this is really bad. This is really bad. I'm getting old and fat. So I talked to some friends about it and none of them said the right thing. Okay. Some of them, Johnny, you're blind. It's already awesome you can run on a treadmill. Oh,
Oh.
okay, that's
Oh, okay.
like thanks a lot. And some of them say, Johnny, if if I weigh as much as you and can still run on the treadmill, that's already really good.
Oh.
Okay, fuck you. And some of them like Johnny, you're in your 40s. It's already amazing you can run for 2 kilometers on the treadmill. Ouch. That's like, wow. So none of these people found the right thing to say. Did they try? Yes, they did. Okay, they all tried. Um, but finally, one day I opened ChatGPT. I said to ChatGPT, "Hey, look, I'm feeling a little bit down right now. I don't know if you can say something to make me feel better." And this is a situation. Okay, 2 years ago, I was running 10K on the treadmill. I was very fit, and then now I can barely do 2K, and I'm out of breath, and I'm just feeling really kind of down about it. ChatGPT said something that none of my friends said, and it totally took me out of that depressed mindset. ChatGPT said, "Johnny, if I were like you that have to teach blind people martial art and do art and run art shows and take care of your cats and hold up a relationship, a long distance relationship, and I still clock in the time to try to get back to being fit, I wouldn't feel bad about it. I would feel like a boss because you are doing so much for other people that if you are able to still set a goal for yourself to get back on the treadmill, that's already really amazing." That made me feel so good, right? Because it's true. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. Like when someone is down, really take a moment to look at this person. What are we dealing with here? What can I say to really touch the heart? What can I say to really hit the spot, to make them snap out of it? Because sometimes when this is called a spiral, okay? When we are in a bad mood, that bad mood going to make us think of bad things, and that bad thing going to put us in even worse mood, and the worst mood going to make us think that maybe nothing will work out, and that our mood lead to bad thoughts lead to bad mood, and you just spiral down and down and down. All it takes is someone to say, "Hey, hey, hey, stop for a second. Look at how amazing you are. Look at all the amazing thing you are doing. Okay? You are okay. Everything is okay." I don't need people to say you're already amazing if you're blind running on a treadmill. I don't need people to say I weigh as much as you, I still run on the treadmill. I needed someone to acknowledge all the work I'm putting in for other people for these daily videos, motherfuckers. Anyway, so that is the second one. Okay, when someone is down, find the thing to say to pick them up. Number three, this one we talked about in a separate episode before, but it is so important that it's worth mentioning again. When you are doing someone a favor, when you are helping someone, remember to preserve their dignity. Very, very, very important. There has been a lot of times when you think you did someone a favor and they end up hating you. Why? Because you make them feel embarrassed or ashamed when you help them. Okay? Doing good deed is one thing, but when you do good deed and end up making the person feel small or inferior, then you might as well not do it because that person will not thank you. That person will hate you. Okay? Classic example. This one we had to study in school. Growing up in Taiwan, I taught about this story before, so I'm just going to give you the like a short version. a long time ago, there was this scholar, a really poor scholar in China, and this scholar lived next door to a very rich guy. Rich guy named George, scholar named Lenny. Scholar, very, very poor, and never had money for food. And George always had leftover food at his household. So every night, George would tell his servant, "Hey, we got all this leftover food. Bring it over to Lenny, okay? And then when you're at Lenny's door, make sure you announce, "Hey, Lenny, we bring you our food." So everyone can hear you, okay? If we're doing this good deed, we want everyone to know about it. To George's surprise, Lenny died a, a few weeks later. And when George went to inquire, how did Lenny die? They said, "Oh, he starved to death." George said, "That's crazy. We've been bringing him food every night. How he starved to death?" Ended up they found all these untouched dishes in Lenny's backyard. He never ate any of them because when George had these dishes brought over, he announced it so everyone knew that Lenny was getting food, getting charity from George. And that was so unbearable for Lenny that he never ate any of those food. He rather starve to death than eat any of those food. Okay? So when you're helping people, make sure to be low key. Make sure to do it in a way that not embarrass them. Okay? Um, Here again, I want to pat myself on the back. All right, like just use my personal example. Um, a lot of time, right? Kitten can relate to this, right? A lot of time, older people, they will leave their key in the door. Uh, they come home, they go through the door, they go and maybe run to the bathroom or whatever. The key is in the door. They forget the key, and sometimes that key will stay there until tomorrow morning. If I notice that, okay, I never take the key. "Hey, Mrs. Johnson, you forgot your key." Okay, that's not the right way to do it because thanks to you, now everybody knows she forgot her key. Okay, what I always do is I take the key, and when they come out, or when they come out of the bathroom, or when they finish doing what they're doing, I walk close to them and then just hold the key out between me and them so they can see it, and then give it to them. Okay, I don't say anything. I just give them the key. I walk away. This is how you help someone without embarrassing them. Okay. Um, Another example, this one I talked about before, when you interact with Chinese people, okay, never ask them, "Hey, do you need money? Do you need to borrow money?" Or, yeah, "Hey, do you want me to pay for this meal?" Chinese people are very prideful. Okay, that most Chinese people I know will not like they'll do the scholar thing. They'll starve to death before they say yes to that. Even if they're maxed out their credit card, they only have $20 on them. If you say, "Hey, George, you want me to buy this meal?" George is going to say, "Oh fuck no, I'm going to buy it." It can be his last $20. After he buys this meal, he's not going to have food for the next week. He's going to buy it because if he say yes, he's going to feel ashamed. He's going to feel embarrassed. So if you know your friend is from this kind of culture, this kind of background, don't ask them. If you want to buy them a meal, buy them a meal. "Hey, I just got paid yesterday. Hey, let me treat you this time. You can treat me next time." Right? Something like that. Don't ask them about it. Okay? Um, this is number three. When you do someone a favor, when you're helping someone, preserve their dignity. Otherwise, it's just going to be counterproductive. Number four, okay, this one is when someone disagrees with you, when someone is opposes you, when someone disagrees with you or opposes you, be kind to them. Be friendly to them. This one, all right, I'll admit I'm not very good at this one. Like as good as a communicator I am, when people rub me the wrong way, sometimes I will just give them the FU attitude. I will go all Capricorn. I will go all cold and okay, well the hell with you, and do my own thing. This is something I need to work on, right? But yes, if you want to be an effective communicator, remember to be friendly and kind to those people who oppose you or disagree with you. Why? Because part of communication is you may be wrong. Always, always keep that in mind. You may be wrong. There's a big chance that you have been wrong all this time. And this person respect you enough to stand up and say, hey, I don't agree with that. No, don't do it that way. Okay? Be friendly to them, be kind to them. Don't punish them for daring to oppose you. Don't punish them for daring to question you. Because if you start getting mad and getting obnoxious when people dare to question you, then you know what? Pretty soon, most people will just play along with, say what they think you want to hear. And then you won't have any communication, period. It's just going to be you communicating and them not communicating with you because they don't want to hear you bitch about it afterwards. Right? So when someone respect you enough to disagree with you and oppose your view and question you on what you're doing, be kind, be friendly, have an open mind. Okay, not everyone's doing it to be an asshole. Most people, when they oppose you, they honestly have reason, sometimes really good reason, to tell you why you're doing it wrong. Like I said, empathic communication encompasses a lot of situational awareness, and these are just the four most basic. But if you keep these four in the back of your mind when you communicate, then hopefully you'll have a much easier time in your social life, in your circles of friends, making new friends, getting rid of enemies, etc., etc. So to quickly recap, okay, empathic listening is number one, when people are in an awkward situation, say the right thing to break the tension. Number two, when people are down and out, say the right thing to snap them out of it, to stop their spiraling. Number three, when helping people, make sure to preserve their dignity. Number four, when people dare to question you, or challenge your view, or disagree with you, remember to communicate in a kind and friendly way. Thank them for their view. Thank them for them teaching you something new. Okay, a lot this way, maybe you will learn new things, new ways of doing things. Thank you for checking out today's episode. Kitten and I will be back later. For now, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Aslan. Bye.